in this intricate battle of law and justice, every action, every decision carries weight, particularly when it comes to the obstruction of justice. Welcome to Lawishhh, where we're diving deep into the nuance of hindering an investigation in New South Wales, which was one of the most consequential cases, was R versus Rogerson, and he was very, very hard to read. But this episode is especially for anyone and essential, really, that wants to get a deeper grasp into the legal system's workings or facing complex legal challenges. So hit the subscribe button for this journey, and let's go through this legal landscape. So the offence of hindering an investigation stands the pillar of legal integrity. So a common commitment to transparency and accountability within the criminal justice process. Now, let's get into the case. So R versus Rogerson and McNerney, which was in 2016, New South Wales Supreme Court 760, serves as a critical study into the ramifications of such offences, where former detectives were found guilty for not only murder, but also significantly impeding the course of justice. Hence, my deep breath. These actions and subsequent trials underscore the severe penalties and the social reputation, awaiting those to obstruct investigations, and especially because they were detectives, so that plays a major aggravating factor to it. But under legislation, this offence is anchored by what's called Section 315 of the Crimes Act 1900, New South Wales, where hindering a police investigation can lead up to 7 years in prison. So this law is very, very strict. It outlines the constitutes of what hindering is, including but not limited to misleading law enforcement, destroying evidence, or aiding suspects to evade capture. You can see very paintbrush to that particular section. But the statute is a testament to the legal system's commitment of upholding justice through ensuring investigations can proceed unimpeded, as it's very important for an impartial investigation to it. So the ethical and the legal boundary between assisting a loved one and crossing to the realm of obstructing justice is nuanced and frail, with potential legal peril. I do see this sometimes in my cases, and I'll speak to at the end, but the delicate balance is prompt between significant debate and reflection. What considerations should guide one's actions when facing such a big dilemma, especially if it's a close friend to you? So these perspectives are invaluable to us. So share them in the comments below. This was another request from another comment, so I always try to answer what I can. So please share below. So the particular legal landscape in this sort of instance that define and redefine understanding of hindering beyond that case of R versus Rogerson and another case called R versus Scaff, which was in 2001, New South Wales Court of Criminal Appeal 37. It sort of offers insights between how a court can navigate this sort of complex interplay between individual actions and their impact on our justice system. So in the case of Scaff, the court examined the extent of which interference with victims and witnesses could undermine the legal processes, further cementing the judicial stance on maintaining sanctity in these investigations. You probably all heard about the Scaff case, and I encourage you to actually read the entirety of it because it's pretty severe. But understanding these sort of implications on hindering investigations requires more than a curious knowledge of law. It demands familiarity with legal precedents, statutory details, and the ability to discern from subtle legal definitions. For those sort of, deciding between legal matters or merely fascinated by the mechanisms of law, the case against Elizabeth Chatwari and others revealed the critical importance, informed, competent of legal repercussions and representation. The stakes are invariably high, with personal freedom often hinging in use of balances. So as we dissect this sort of offence hindering in New South Wales investigation, it becomes evident that the issue touches on a sort of fundamental aspects of justice, ethics, and the role of individuals within our legal system. In this comprehensive analysis, I hope it's enlightened the complexities of law. Please like, share, and subscribe to this sort of discourse on these issues and sort of interest in explorations into pressing legal issues. And in the particular issue, in my case, there was a criminal charge of 2 counts of common assault and 1 count of stalk intimidate, and obviously an ADVO to follow with that. My client, who essentially had done it to the victim, and he's no longer my client, but he essentially got charged again because what he did is part of the, depending on the conditions, and generally when you're on bail, is not to interfere with witnesses. And especially on this particular case, one of the conditions of the apprehended domestic violence order was not to contact the victim. So what my ex-client did was he not only contacted her, but he tried to persuade her, and I use that term lightly, to change her statement. And she was very reluctant because once you make a formal statement with police, and if you try to withdraw it or, make major changes, it's not to say with smaller changes, but if you make major changes, then questions of that particular statement and yourself could be in jeopardy. depending on the case, you may be charged with some other stuff, but he was subsequently charged because she did inform the police of hindering the investigation and other charges with it. So the original offence was nowhere near to the broader implications of now what he's getting charged with, and he's being charged with another 3 sequences. And we stopped representing him after that. But from my understanding of what I've heard from my colleagues is that he did get custody time because breaching an AVO is already serious enough and hindering investigation and talking to witnesses and stuff with it. So I hope that gives you insight, and I hope that helps you not to do this stuff. But if you have any other questions, like I said before, drop in the comments and I'll try to answer. Thank you.